Manifesting millions trading. Most traders believe that staying hopeful or faithful to some type of goal or strategy and really working hard towards it and practicing will result in investing success. But chances are, if you've actually been trading in the market as long as I have, and believe me, I don't look like this, I look a little bit better, then you've come to the conclusion that actually working hard is not the key to success in trading because you've worked hard but haven't gotten the results that you want to achieve. Simply having a goal and working hard towards that goal does not result in you achieving trading success. True successful traders have this one skill that they have adopted, and it has nothing to do with strategy. Because you're likely tired of chasing your own tail just to realize that your approach that you have to the market just isn't working. And if it was, you would have exactly what you desired from trading because there's unlimited amounts of money being traded every day. There are four keys when it comes to actually being able to manifest millions in trading that we're going to be going over in this video. Because just like fishing in a pond that has no fish in it, you can never catch a reward without practicing these four shifts. There's no reward you can even obtain if you don't understand and practice what these shifts are, what these keys are, and actually go from somebody not making money to having it all around you in abundance. So in this video, we're going to talk about exactly the power of belief in trading, how to, when it comes to understanding these four keys in order to actually bring in these millions to your trading account. And then we're going to go into why some traders fail. When I say something like manifest up here, and I'm going to redraw it, but manifest is simply being put in asterisks. That's going to be the first thing we get into. Let's get this board clean first. Cause you make me feel. You make me. Okay, it's clean. I know you guys were wishing that little singing so it would last a little longer, but the board is clean. Next time, if it takes me longer to erase the board, you get a little bit more singing. But for now, that's it. So when we're talking about actually being able to manifest, right, millions, let's have manifest A. Let's put this in asterisks. And the reason why I put it in asterisks is because this video is not about, the voodoo, make-believe things, the esoteric beliefs, praying to the monkey god and putting grapeseed oil on your head or anything. We're not talking about that type of stuff. I don't deal with that type of stuff. I don't believe in that type of stuff. When I say manifest, I'm taking the things that I have learned, experienced, and seen from over a decade of trading in the market, not just in myself, but in the countless of other traders that I've either helped, seen, experienced, or just walked with on their journey. And what everyone has in common when it comes to actually being able to make endless amounts of money in your trade, whatever that is, whether your goal is a million, whether your goal is 100,000, it doesn't matter. That's all dependent on you. So when I say manifest, this is what I'm simply saying. This is what I'm simply meaning by that term. This is simply all that I'm talking about when I voice the term manifesting. This is it. Is your dreams as a trader, right? You know how much we love stick figures over here at RD Trades. So you as a trader, it's your dreams. It's what you have up here in this noggin, right? What you think about, what you dream about when it comes to actually trading in the market. It's your dreams of being able to shift them from just being in your head as a trader to actually bringing them into reality. So if your dream is millions in trading, okay, this video, I'm going to give you the four keys to shift these dreams into reality, right? If you want trading to make so much money for you that you're able to quit your job, okay, I'm going to show you how we can shift these dreams into reality. That's what I mean by manifest. So Again, we're not praying to any type of and again, I say monkey god just as an example, but we're not praying to the monkey god in this video. But I'm going to give you actual tangible advice, information, and a framework with these four keys that I'm confident if you follow them, you'll be a pretty happy trader. So let's get into it. Now that we understand why there's an asterisk around manifest, because I don't use that word in the same way that many other people use that word, because I think it's just gotten a terrible rap over the years. But now that we're on the same page with exactly A, what does manifest mean, but B, what we mean by it in this video, let's now jump into the next part of this video, which is going to be the illusions. Right now, what the heck do I mean by illusion? So let's write this up top. Is illusion spelled with two L's or one? Let's go with two. I think it's one. That doesn't look right. But the illusion in the market, and if you watch any of the other videos, and you know this topic a little well, but the illusion in the market right now that everybody is believing, everybody is going over, is the idea of strategy driven success. And if you have followed this channel for just 5 minutes, you understand that this is the most insane thing you can possibly believe. That's crazier than anything else. I was trying to come up with some analogy, but it's just insane. Thinking that strategy drives success when it comes to trading is stupid. And this is an illusion that you believe in the market. And again, I can understand why, right? All of the gurus out there that you listen to on the internet, I have no beef with anybody. I'm not picking a fight with anybody, but they're all pushing strategy. They're all pushing for you to buy their strategy. And I understand that as a consumer, because I've been in this market for over a decade. So once upon a time, I was their customer years and years and years and years and years ago, until I figured out how to actually make money trading, but not just make money trading, how to make the type of money I want to make in trading. And I'm telling you now, strategy never drives success. This is not true. It will never be true. Because if this was true, then all I have to do is give you a golden strategy and you can go off and make money. But that's not the case. Why? We know that's not the case because if we can go down here, it's because you, as the trader, right, you go and you pay money. I'm gonna do $4 signs because a lot of people are paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for a strategy, which is absurd, but that's another story. So you, as a trader, you're gonna go and pay all of this money to another trader, right, selling a strategy. Nothing wrong with this at all, right? But you do that with the expectation that the strategy that you get from him is going to equal in you making just boatloads of money, right? I draw a lot of dollar signs just to drive it home. But that's the whole idea, right? You think, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to pay this trader over here all of this money. He's going to give me his strategy in return, right? I'm going to join his inner circle, whatever the case may be. I'm finally learning strategy. I'm going to make all of this money. And all of a sudden, I'm going to be manifesting the millions that I want in trading. And I'm going to be a successful trader. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to do all these incredible things. And that's cool. But if you think that just buying his strategy and learning his strategy from him is going to allow you to do what he does, if he does what he actually says he does, or make the type of money that you're hoping to make in trading, it's just not the case. You will always be frustrated and disappointed because strategy does not equal success. Strategy does not drive success. Why? It's because the whole idea of your mindset, which is the most important thing when it comes to trading. Because you can have the best strategy in the world. You can have a strategy that somebody made $100 million with, off of $100,000 over the span of years. You can have that exact strategy, that exact guy teach you. But at the end of the day, if you hesitate when it's time to enter into the trade, or if you risk more on some trades and less on some trades because you think this trade will win or this trade will lose, um, if you over trade outside your strategy, if you trade on trading sessions that are not tested, that you shouldn't be testing or trading on, if you do emotional hiccups, emotional manifestations, which is the over trading, which is the high risk, which is the over trading, all of that stuff. It doesn't matter how great your strategy is, you're going to lose money in the long run. And if you don't lose money, then you're simply not going to make a fraction of what you could / should be making in the market. Why? Because emotions and emotion management, which is nothing but mindset, is how traders actually make millions in trading. Because real traders know, traders that are actually making a lot of money, they know that it's not the strategy that drives success. It's the mindset, it's the killing of emotions, and being able to execute a strategy emotionless. Because like I say, on just about every single video, you can have a strategy where you flip a coin, and based on whether it lands on heads or tails, you can invest in the market based off of that, right? And you know, obviously test it out, right? Back test it, forward test it, come up with a win rate of risk to reward, and that can be your strategy. And you can make a lot of money with that strategy. Something as stupid as that as your strategy. But the thing that's the hot sauce, it's not the strategy, it's the emotions behind the strategy, because ultimately that's what makes the money. And that's going to lead us into our first real point. Now that we have this illusion out of the way and we have a better idea of how the heck you make money in trading to begin with, what the illusion in trading is, now let's jump into the material a little bit. Let's jump into it. All right. So the board is somewhat erased. Perfect. So let's jump into it. So what are we talking about here? All right. So we already talked about the illusion. Now let's jump into the power of belief. And again, this is nothing esoteric I'm talking about. This is nothing, wushu, or this is nothing, crazy. But this, I'm giving you guys tangible and actual advice, right? Something that you can actually take with you to start making money. So please buy into this, right? Your belief is essential, because the difference between a regular trader and a trader that's making millions of dollars in the market, or better yet, the trader that you want to become, right? The only difference between you and this trader, I really need a dictionary. If anybody has a dictionary for me, please send it. Your boy only learned about trading in high school. I wasn't paying attention to class. I was just trading. I didn't learn any of the spelling lessons. But this is you that you want to be. This is the version of you as making millions in trading, manifested millions in trading, and just absolutely killing it out of the ballpark. This is who you want to become, right? But in order for you to become that, you have to understand how this person operates. You have to understand how actual multimillionaire traders operate. They don't just trade. They execute with conviction, detach from emotions, and stay disciplined no matter the outcome. I gotta write that down. That is heat on another level. This is huge, right? Because when we're talking about actual successful traders, when I say successful traders, I don't mean traders making, a few thousand a month or whatever. I'm talking about multi-millionaire traders. I'm telling you all now, executing is so important. So let me repeat what we said already, right? Because the person that you want to be, multi-millionaire trader, is doing all of these steps. The very successful traders that I've met, my own journey in day trading, doing all of these steps. What are these steps? Execute with conviction, detach from emotions, stays disciplined, and no matter what, never, ever, ever being outcome focused. Not being outcome focused is so important. In other words, being able to detach from the outcome. And the reason why that's so important as a trader in the market is for this very simple idea. Let's jump into it right now. I don't even want to wait. I wanted to lay the groundwork rules, right? The groundwork. And the groundwork is you need to believe, right? And this is the last point I want to put. I just remembered this. So when we're talking about believing, there is a scientific principle, and I'm gonna write it over here. There's a scientific principle, part of the brain. I really need some help spelling right now. And drawing and writing. Articulating activating system. RD, what the heck is this, right? Now, I'm not a neuroscientist. I'm not a science. I'm not a scientist. I'm a trader. But what I will tell you is that as a trader, as just a human being, there is a part of your brain that notices things that you pay attention to. In other words, if you as a trader pay attention to the red cars that you see, and I'm sure everybody's heard this, but if you pay attention to the red cars you see, guess what? You start seeing more red cars. And in trading, it's the same thing. The difference between you and the person making millions, or you and then this guy over here after listening to RD Trades and becoming a multi-millionaire trader, the difference between you two is that you there's a difference. It's because you, when you have a losing trade, you're going to think about it all day. After it happens, you're going to think, man, what did I do wrong? Right? And you're like literally going to be soaking in the fact that you made a wrong trade, that you made a wrong decision, right? And you're going to be going over and over and over it in your head. So now that you're paying attention to these losses, guess what's going to happen? Your articulating, activating system over here, look it up, not making this up. You're literally going to hone in and you're going to start seeing more losses in your trading. Why? Because that's what you're focusing on. That's what you're thinking of. Now, the winning trader, right? The multi-millionaire trader, he's not honing in on losses. He's not reminiscing on losses. He's neutral. So after a trade ends, it ends. Not just on his account, but it ends in his mind. He's done. He's on to the next. So super important, just to highlight again, you must stay neutral. Right? And just to digress, remember when your boy said, I'm not a scientist at all? This is what I was talking about right here. Not articulating activating system. I don't even know what that is. I think I learned that in school, maybe when I was sleeping or dreaming about day trading. It's reticulating activating system. And everybody here knows I need a dictionary. I don't know how to spell this, but reticular. I spelled this all wrong, guys. You gotta keep your boy in check. Send me some science books. All right. That looks terrible, but we get the picture. Reticular activating system. And this idea, this topic, this understanding of that part of the brain, right, has everything to do with belief, what you see, and what you actually get out of your trading. And that's the difference between people that really make money in the market and where most traders currently are. And that's kind of the bridge that stands between them. So now that we understand, right, the reticular activating system, I'm gonna stop saying that word because I'm just butchering it, and how all of this goes into effect when it comes to belief, why belief is important. How can we actually start to quote unquote manifest the millions, manifest the results that we want to see in trading as a trader in the market? How can we actually go about this process, RD? Let's get into the hot sauce, baby. It's time to get into the actual four keys, the four steps, the four paths, whatever you want to say. But basically, how we're actually going to start manifesting this into our trading. And why do I call it hot sauce? Because in I don't know how it is, but in African American communities, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm half white, but mostly black. In African American communities, when whoever the elder of the house is cooking, they're going to be cooking multiple things at one time, right? They're going to be cooking the chicken. They're going to be cooking steak. They're going to be cooking the sweet potatoes. They're going to be cooking all of this stuff. And when you cook, certain foods get done at certain times. So sometimes the chicken's going to be done first, but you can't eat yet because the potatoes aren't done. And then the potatoes are done, but guess what? You can't eat yet because rice isn't done. But the beautiful part is when mom says food is ready, it doesn't matter where you are in the house. It doesn't matter what you're doing. But right when you start putting hot sauce on the plate, you know it's time to eat. And this is the hot sauce, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to eat. I've given you the foundation. I've already given you exactly what we're talking about when we say manifest. I've already given you exactly the core fallacies that people believe, why belief is so important, the reticular activating system, not articulating whatever I said. So we already laid the foundation. You already got the food on the table. Now it's time for the hot sauce, baby. Let's get into it. So for this is essentially how you actually go about manifesting millions in trading, which is literally just being able to realize it. And we're going to do this through 4 keys. Not 3 keys, not 2 keys, not 50 keys, but just 4. And again, this is no wushu dushu magic stuff, but this is actual tangible stuff. Actual tangible things that I've taken account of over the past decade plus. And if you're implementing these keys, if you're able to do it, you will see you'll you're gonna come back and thank your boy. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna come back and thank your boy. What's key number 1? Key number 1. I want to switch up the colors. Let's do our trusty blue. Key number 1. Gonna be clear. Is a clear vision. Now, why is a clear vision so important? Right? Clear vision is super important so that you, as the trader, you're able to know exactly what you want. And what you want are your desires. And specific, how. Right? That's what a clear vision is. A clear vision is where you, as a trader, you're listing out what your desires are in the market, right? Do you want to manifest millions? Do you want to manifest tens of millions? Do you just want to be able to quit your job? What are your desires? Right? In other words, what are your goals? What do you want to see happen in trading? What do you want to be able to realize in your trading? These are going to be your desires. What success actually looks like for you, and you're going to write down specifically how you plan to do this. Write your vision, make it plain so those who see it may run with it. Write this down specifically. And when you're writing your clear vision, you need to have into consideration 3 important points. Important points are going to be strategy. Well, not even strategy, more so system. So I think I already gave a nod to this in the video already, or we already talked about this when we were talking about the common fallacies in the market. But when we're talking about having a clear vision, yes, you have desires, right? But do your desires line up to your system? Do your desires line up to your risk? Do your desires line up to your capital? RD, what do you mean by this? This is what I mean by this. Oftentimes, people have great desires, but their system can never take them there, right? That's like saying, man, I want to go to Paris, but I only have a bike. You can never get to Paris only on a bike. I don't care if you're Lance Armstrong, it's not going to happen, right? So, is your system even capable of taking you there? How do you know if it's capable? You know your risk to reward, you know your win rate, right? You know the amount of risk that you're putting per trade, right? Are you risking 1% of your account per trade, 10% of your account per trade, which you should never do? But what are you risking per trade? And on top of that, what's your starting capital, right? If you only have $100 to trade and you want to make millions from trading, you may want to get a McDonald's job first, stack up a little bit of cash, and then start hitting the market, right? So understanding, are these in alignment with each other? You don't have to start off with millions. You don't have to start off with hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands, but just understand, are your desires lining up with your system? Is it even possible with your system? Notice I don't say strategy. Strategies don't make money, systems do. Is it possible with your system? Can your system accomplish this desire that you have in the amount of time you have to do it, right? And if it does, are you using a proper amount of risk, or just an absurd amount of risk, right? So you have to understand all of these different things when you're writing down your vision. But make the vision clear so you can have a mental picture and be able to visualize this in your head. Why? Reticular activating system, right? So clear vision is number one. Number two, and this is huge, you must detach. Detaching is one of the most important things that successful traders do. And I promise you, right? This I would not lie to you about. I wouldn't lie to you about anything. RD doesn't lie. I lied about not lying. Everybody lies. But this I would not lie to you folks about. But you must learn to detach. Detach from what? Detach from, let's draw a line so we know it's separate. Detach from trades. This can be individual trades. This can be a span of trades. This can be a win streak, a lose streak. But just detach from an individual trade. You're not living or dying on one trade, but you're emotionless because you're detached. Detach from the trades. Detach from the P&L. Detach from the money. Detach from the possibilities. That's a lot of eyes. I hope I spelled that right. But we're detaching, because when you detach, you don't care about the outcome. And when you don't care, you don't get emotional. Let's write it over here. So let's imagine for a second, right? If we can do a little stick figure. Let's say this, money. You want money, and this is you. But when you are emotionally attached, when you don't detach from money in your trading, money is literally keeping you chained to it, right? And then the chain is a chain that I like to call attachment. The chain is emotional attachment. This is money. So here's a sad truth about this. When you start losing money in the market, right, and your account is going down, 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 right, and you're losing money, so your money balance is going down, down, down. Guess what happens to you? You're going down with the ship. Why? Because you're chained to it. Because you're emotionally attached. So that's why when traders have a 3 loss streak or a 5 loss streak, I've seen this so many times over a decade. I'm telling you, their 5 loss streak that should be only 5 losses, right, relative to their strategy, becomes something like 25. 25 losses, right? And then that 25 becomes 30, and then the 30 becomes their whole account being blown, and they're no longer a trader in the market. Why? Because they lost all their money. This happens over and over and over. Why? Because they are chained to their money, and when their money goes down, they go down because they are emotionally attached to it. They care too much. They're too ride or die on the outcome. That's why most people should not trade full time unless you have a lot of money saved up. Because if not, You're going to be too emotionally attached to the money you make. And when that happens, you become too emotional. So when you lose hard. And when you win, you become euphoric, and then you still lose hard. And if you don't know what euphoric is, euphoria, I have a video on the different types of fear. I'll link it up here. Check it out. But you have to learn how to detach. Successful traders, not just successful traders, there's a lot of traders out there successful, but traders that are making millions in the market. Believe me when I say this, they had a clear vision, they detached. And part number 3, act. Acting is super important. Why is acting important? Because this is you right now, right? But this, let's draw some hair on you. Boom. This is who you want to be. Right now, you're the little guy. You have no hair, you have no face, you have no eyes, you have no mouth, you have nothing. But you want to be this guy. You want to be the guy with the big smile on his face, hair everywhere, money everywhere. You want to be this multi-millionaire, quit your job, whatever the case is, right? I don't care what your dream is. I'm not here to tell you your dream. I'm not here to tell you if your dream is possible, because anything is possible. I'm saying whatever your dream is, this is that ideal dream version of you. You, as the trader, where you are now, you need to start acting like this guy does. And I'm not talking about going and renting Lamborghinis and driving around the city all night. No, I'm not talking about that, right? I'm talking about on a day-to-day basis, what is this trader doing? Well, I'm telling you now, this trader is probably analyzing. He's probably analyzing his trades that he's taking. He's probably practicing his emotions on a weekly basis. He's taking note. He has a journal noting his emotions. What is this guy doing on a day-to-day basis? He's waking up at 6 a.m. To trade part of London session, because that's part of his strategy, right? He has a trade limit where he only trades maybe 2-3 trades a day, and then he gets off. You need to start acting like this guy acts. Is this guy going to be over trading? Is this guy going to be blowing his accounts? You need to act as if you are already there with the same rules and discipline, even if you have a small account. And that's the thing I don't understand, right? A lot of small account traders, right? A lot of small account traders want to trade big. But the problem is they're not big. And when you try to act big, when you try to invest big and you're not big, your account's going to keep getting blown. So I want you to trade with the same risk, with the same discipline that this guy does. So if he's only risking 0.5% of trade, I want you to risk 0.5% of trade. But you're probably asking yourself, well, RD, if I do that, I'll never get rich. That's not true. We have a whole video on that. We have a whole video on the importance of trading like that. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, guess what I'm about to do? My finger's going to go in the top right corner. Watch that video. But you need to start acting like this guy acts. And I'm about to tie all 3 of these together. But let's go to number 4 before we do that. And I want you guys to see what I'm dealing with here, right? Do you see how little room there is on this board so far? Like, where am I to write? This challenges, man, of wanting to share knowledge. I tell you, I'm gonna try this bottom right. I'm gonna do an awkward squat just for you all. Nobody else, just the RD Trades community, baby. The last one I want to go over, reframe. This is step number 4. Everything that happens in life and trading specifically, especially with losses, you need to be able to reframe it, right? Instead of looking at a loss by loss mentality, you need to have the mentality that one loss or one win does not matter. Because in the grand scheme of things, when you're placing 10,000 trades, one win doesn't matter, one loss doesn't matter. So you need to stop living or dying on one trade. Reframe losses. And know that it is just part of a greater play, a greater plan at the end of the day. So you reframing losses is able for you to start shifting your mindset on how you see trading. Now I want to take a zoomed out view for a second, because I know we can get into the weeds of things, but when we're looking at the 4 different keys that we just went over: clear vision, detach, act, reframe. All 4 of these principles are what people call manifesting principles: having a vision, law of detachment, law of, I think they call it law of assumption, whatever, I don't know, but acting as if you are where you want to be, and reframing. Understand how all of these fit in perfectly to trading. When I say perfectly, I mean perfectly. And each and every single one of these, whether you call it manifesting, whatever, is all biblical principles repackaged. But when you apply this to your trading, this mindset, these keys, you will see a shift. And all successful traders out there, if you're truly successful, if you're truly doing it in trading, they either consciously or subconsciously do each and every single one of these 4 keys. They had a clear vision. They still have a clear vision on what they want to do, their desires, and exactly how they plan on doing it. They've assessed their system. They have assessed the amount of risk they want and their capital to see, okay, is it even possible for these desires to come out? Because if you're risking just insane amounts of capital, sure, anything is possible within a year, but it's not a sustainable system. That's why you need to make sure all of these flow together, right? They also did what? They started detaching, right? Detachment is important so that you're no longer emotional when it comes to your money, when it comes to your P&L, when it comes to the possibilities of trading. So you can start to trade emotionally, start to get to that point. They start acting where they want to be. What does that mean? That means having great risk management. That means having great amounts of risk per trade, risk management, but also staying true to your strategy, staying disciplined. If you only trade 2 trades per day and you get off, only trade 2 trades per day and get off. They're staying disciplined in their trading because that's the only way to really make money in the market. And guess what else they do? They reframe their losses, they reframe their wins, they reframe their mindset to the grand scheme of things. They have a long-term view, aka they understand the numbers game. Watch that video if you have no idea what the numbers game is, which is essential. And I'm telling you now, every successful trader, these are the ingredients that make them up. Whether they know it or not, these are the ingredients. And look, traders fail in the market because they fail to understand exactly just what it takes to become successful. Now, of course, I gave you the steps, right? And me giving you the steps is like me telling you, hey, go out and catch a fish. You have no idea how to catch a fish. I understand that. And that's exactly why I want to be able to help people go through this. I don't teach manifestation. Absolutely not. I teach people how to be successful trading. I've been doing that for years, right? I want to teach everyone possible how you can actually, I don't even like the word manifest, but how you can actually realize millions in trading. It's not crazy. Don't think it's crazy. I want you to dream big and believe those dreams, because I promise you, once you make a million in trading, not even in trading, but once you just make a million period, you will realize how small $1 million is. And you will wish you wished bigger. I guarantee you that. So, look, I have a free community. I want people to go join that community, start posting live videos, one on ones, whatever. But I want to help people to not just understand this topic, but to understand just how to master emotions, adopt that system. Where is it at? Boom. Adopt the system, because we know system is the real thing when it comes to making money, not the strategy. I want to be able to help you with this. I want to be able to walk you through this, and I want to be able to just demystify, right, the lies and just what you've been taught in trading. That strategy is God when it's not. And together, I want to be able to help you to manifest whatever your dreams are in trading, whatever, and we go through this together. So look, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this made sense. If it didn't, definitely leave, anything in the comments. Love to answer whatever. Join the free group. I love to answer any and all questions there. And look, this is RD Trades. I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, baby, I'm out.